I'm not the only one who has found life advice while reading manga. To me, the way these stories dive into emotions, struggles, and connection can hit surprisingly close to home. Over time, several manga have taught me lessons I never expected about understanding each other, even growing as a person or more. So here are 3 lessons I have taken away from 3 romance manga that really stuck with me. If you're looking for a story filled with genuine emotions and humor, My Love Story is a series that you don't want to miss. One of the biggest takeaways from My Love Story would be the importance of kindness, self-acceptance, and seeing beyond appearance. In My Love Story, we follow the high school student Takeo Goda, who looks quite intimidating and big for his appearance, but is so tender and sweet when it comes to his personality. His best friend is Makoto Sunakawa, but he has always felt a bit overshadowed by him since he is the ideal, attractive, good-looking best friend that all girls fall for. But that changes when one day Takeo meets Rinko Yamato, a sweet girl he saved from a harasser, and falls in love with Takeo being his true self rather than looking at his exterior. Takeo embodies kindness and helping others even when it's at his own expense. And yet he struggles with insecurity, believing his appearance makes him unworthy of any romantic love. What's moving is that despite his doubts, Takeo continues to be kind to everyone and everything without expecting anything in return. The turning point in Takeo's journey is thanks to Yamato, who admires him for not his looks but his sincerity and strength of character. And seeing that through her eyes, Takeo begins to see himself as someone who actually deserves love and happiness. This is such a powerful message because true love and acceptance actually start from within rather than from the outside. And sometimes it takes seeing ourselves through the eyes of those who genuinely appreciate us to fully embrace who we are. And this message is clearly visible when Takeo bravely rescues Yamato from a harasser in the train. Despite all the commotion, he acts without hesitation to make sure that she is safe. Yamato, moved by his selfless act, looks at him with such pure admiration and gratitude, setting the stage for their blooming relationship. This moment isn't just about heroism. It's a raw demonstration of Takeo's natural kindness and how it touches those around him. Another notable moment comes later when Takeo, being unsure of Yamato's feelings, decides to confess his feelings. The sincerity and the vulnerability in his confession really show his growth. No longer is he just a protector. He is learning to accept that he is worthy of being loved back. And this scene resonates with anyone who has doubted themselves, because authenticity and courage in expressing who we are can lead to unexpected, life-changing connections. Many of us can relate to this. Self-acceptance is not always easy, especially in a world we live in that places such high value on appearance. However, kindness, whether directed to the outside or towards yourself, can break down barriers. Takeo's story reminds me that who we are on the inside matters most, and that we shouldn't let self-doubt define our worth. Applying this lesson in real life means recognizing that our unique traits, even those that we might see as flaws, are part of what makes us valuable. We can apply Takeo's lesson by practicing kindness daily, not only to others but also to ourselves. This might look like giving ourselves grace when we make mistakes, celebrating our small wins, and seeking relationships that uplift and affirm who we are. And just like Yamato's unwavering affection for Takeo, there are people in our lives who appreciate us for exactly who we are, even if we don't always see it. By just embracing self-acceptance, we open ourselves to deeper connections and a more fulfilling life. Before we continue, if you enjoyed this, make sure to like and subscribe for more. Thank you! Wake Up Sleeping Beauty is an underrated gem that delves into the themes of compassion, emotional healing, and the power of understanding one's other's silent battles. We follow the story of Tetsu, a diligent high school student working part-time as a cleaner at an estate to help support his struggling family. He ends up meeting Shizu Karasawa, a mysterious girl confined to a mansion. Shizu isn't just an ordinary girl. since she's possessed by multiple spirits who take control of her body at different times. And this supernatural twist shows romance that is deeply intertwined with the themes like trauma and emotional growth. It explores these themes without shying away from the emotional weight carried by the characters. It tells a solid story that isn't just about falling in love, but about healing and finding solace in others' empathy. And what I'm taking from Wake Up Sleeping Beauty is the profound impact that compassion and understanding can have on emotional healing. Shizu's situation is more than unusual. It's actually a haunting metaphor for feeling trapped by the weight of past pain and trauma. Tetsu, who initially stumbles upon her secret by accident, decides to stay by her side, gradually learning the depths of her struggles. Through their relationship, we see and learn that genuine compassion isn't about fixing someone's problems or offering superficial comfort. Instead, it's about creating a space where someone feels safe enough to be vulnerable, where their outspoken fears can be acknowledged without any judgment. Tetsu's consistent presence and willingness to listen shows this so beautifully, letting us know that sometimes just being there for someone is the greatest act of love and kindness we can offer. The lesson of emotional support comes when Shizu confronts her deepest fears about being a burden. Tetsu reassures her, saying that it's okay not to have all the answers and that her worth isn't defined by the spirits possessing her or the chaos surrounding her life. This is such a turning point where Shizu begins to realize that she doesn't have to fight her battles alone. Tetsu's compassion doesn't just help Shizu, it reflects back on him too. He's struggling with his own pressures and self-doubt, because being the financial and emotional pillar for his family isn't an easy job. By helping Shizu, he finds strength and realizes that sharing vulnerabilities can be healing for both parties involved. And to me, this resonates deeply since it's addressing the struggles of the weight of expectations and the desire to be understood. So how can we apply this to our own lives? Well, true empathy means trying to understand what others are going through beneath the surface. We may never fully comprehend someone's struggles, but we can be present, patient, and supportive as they navigate them. Relationships built on this kind of emotional openness and mutual support create a very solid foundation for growth and resilience. And compassion in personal relationships can manifest in simple ways, taking the time to listen without offering immediate solutions, respecting a loved one's need for space, or simply reassuring them that they are not alone. Just as Tetsu stands by Shizu, we too can strive to be a source of comfort for the people we care about. These small acts of empathy can spark healing. That sometimes the greatest gift we can offer is just simply our presence. And for the third and last manga I got this lesson from, we're diving into the charming and thought-provoking How I Met My Soulmate. If you're a fan of stories that blend romance, surprise encounters, and heartfelt growth, you will love what this series has to offer because it teaches us about love, trust, and embracing unexpected connections. How I Met My Soulmate follows Yuki Honda, a 20-year-old college student who's feeling pretty lonely after moving to Tokyo from the countryside. She's having a hard time making friends, especially when it comes to meeting guys, and she dreams of finding her soulmate. Encouraged by her friend Sana, Yuki decides to step out of her comfort zone and goes to a club. It's a pretty awkward experience, but it leads her to meeting Iori, a charming dental student who's 3 years older than her. After some funny and heartfelt moments, Iori offers to help Yuki on her quest to find the one. But just when things seem to be moving forward, Yuki runs into Seno, her first love. And suddenly, her journey to find her soulmate becomes a lot more complicated. And the biggest takeaway here? Love and meaningful relationships often come when you're not looking for them. But here's the catch. To let those connections thrive, you need vulnerability and trust and be open. There is this beautiful scene where Iori and Yuki are sitting together, and you can feel the tension in the air. Like they both want to say something, but they are scared to take a leap. Finally, Yuki opens up about her insecurities, and Iori, instead of pulling away, responds with understanding and reassurance in a way that Yuki is not used to. It's such a small and quiet moment, but it speaks volumes about how trust can deepen a relationship. Trust and openness are essential for building any meaningful relationship, romantic or otherwise. It can be easy to keep up our guard, especially when past experiences have left us wary. However, like Yuki and Iori show us, the most rewarding connections often come from allowing ourselves to be vulnerable and giving others a chance to know what's beyond the surface. Applying this to our own life might look like taking small steps to open up to someone you care about, or being more willing to engage with people who don't initially seem to be your type. Whether it's sharing a piece of your story or actively listening to someone else's, these acts foster trust and create space for genuine bonds to grow. It's a reminder that love and deep friendships are rarely found in the perfect scenario. More often, they appear in the ordinary moments where we least expect them. By embracing unexpected encounters with an open mind, we can discover relationships that enrich our lives in ways that we never could have imagined. These manga have inspired me to take a chance on the unexpected and cherish the relationships that come our way. Let me know in the comments which manga have taught you some precious life lessons. Thank you all so much for watching, and I see you all in my next video. Bye bye!